Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sales with Jay and Ron.
Yep, where we are turning script readers into pro salespeople.
All right, guys, before we get started, I want to shout out the birthday guy right here. I know he doesn't like it, and for killing all the content via, what do you call yourself? What do you do? The editor. So I want to shout out the editor and birthday guy right here for all the great videos. All right, guys, so today we're going to be talking about comping properties in today's market.
Not everyone's a genius anymore where you can buy anything and it's going to sell for more than you anticipated. Now we're in the other side of that.
So we're not in like a super hot market in New Jersey right now?
No, I would say, we're part of that mastermind group where, shout outs to 7FF, but where literally it's like nationwide, right? And everyone's saying the same thing. So of some slower than others, but for the most part, no one's talking about like rising ARVs. Everyone's talking about, I guess, like lowering ARVs.
I guess before we jump in, that's a great point. So if you ever want to know, how things are going for yourself, if you and your team, aren't pulling as many deals as you want, or the construction end isn't going as well as you want it to go, try to find some people who do what you guys do. Even if it's like in Minnesota or Texas or just a different state, if you're in the same type of industry, you can get some really good feedback on how their market is, and it'll kind of give you a trend on how things should be countrywide or worldwide, depending on how many people you talk to.
Yeah.
Quick tip of the day.
Sure. Jump in, man. So,
comping properties.
Yeah, comping properties. So the first thing you want to do, guys, is you want to look at what's for sale. You got to be very careful in this kind of market because especially if you're buying from like a wholesaler or if the property is listed, that sale price was probably based on what's sold before, and you don't know how far back these people are going. So you want to make sure that if they use a comp of a house selling for $600 6 months ago, let's see if there's something for sale that's comparable to that sold, and if the listing price of that is $500, now that 600 that ARV of 600 is out the window, right? You have to be at least mindful of it because this is what the new market is now asking for a property very similar because once again, right, the market is changing.
Yeah, guys, and to kind of touch on that a little more, it's not just what's for sale, it's how long has it been for sale. Like Ronnie's saying, how much is it listed for compared to where it was months ago? And the important thing is to kind of just look at days on market and if there was any price reductions. Because if you're starting to see a lot of days on market and some price reductions, then there could be room for an investor like us to come in with a lower offer compared to the house, the properties on market 3 months ago that were like, oh, we have offers over asking left and right. So it's something to just keep in mind when you're looking to comp properties. The next thing you're going to do is anytime you're comping properties, you want to make sure you're looking at how long has it been on the market. And for us now, we're realizing we don't want to look at comps like Ronnie said from 6 months ago because those ARVs could be $50,000, $100,000 higher depending on where you are. So we're looking at 90 days or less. So if the house is on the market or was sold in the last 90 days, that's something we can look at as a potential comp for our properties we're looking to buy because they're more recent compared to the older market. That's really how it works.
Yeah, and another thing you want to do, guys, is you want to make sure that you're super selective with the property you choose as a comp. Once again, in a hot market, like, if it's a split level and one is 1,200 square feet, the other one's 1,800 square feet, that might not matter because things are just coming off the shelf. So you're like, whoever's looking for this is going to buy this. Then they don't care about the square footage because there's not enough inventory. When that changes, now that matters, right? Because now the buying power is less. So people want to get as much juice as they can, right? As much as they can squeeze out. So this is where you want to try to find the perfect comp. You want to do that in general. It's a good fundamental thing to do. But I know people are just looser with it in a hot market. Now that it's more of a conservative market, you want to try to be as close to a comparable property as you can.
Yeah, guys. And that kind of touches on the last point, which is be conservative. You want to make sure you're running your numbers not with too much upside because we just don't know where that upside is. It's probably not even going to be upside in a few months the way the market's going. I'm not an expert. Ronnie's not an expert. We could be completely wrong. But the last couple of months, the properties that we would have bought 4 months ago, we cannot pay the same price now. We have to pay less. 1, because of materials, 2, inflation, and just 3, with interest rates going up. It's hard for us to be able to be at the same price as we were a few months ago, especially when houses are now selling at less. So it's hard for me to go in to my deal analysis and put this ARV at 500 where there's 3 houses for sale at 450 this month because of where the market's going. So just always be aware that you have to be conservative, and that means what Ronnie's talking about. In a hot market, double yellow doesn't matter as much, meaning like you're on an avenue, or the house is in the middle of the block compared to the corner property. You have to really be conservative on the way you're running your numbers, because we just want to make sure we're making money on this deal, and the only way to do that is for it to sell after we fix it up.
Yeah, I think that's it. And the last thing, guys, is for those having like struggling or like not knowing what to do, or like let me wait till the market actually crashes. Like, here's the thing: in a hot market, right, there's going to be a lot of money, right, but maybe not a lot of opportunity. Now there's going to be less money, right, less people offering because they're scared, but more opportunity. So I don't know if, like, for those anyone considering like they want to stop buying, I don't know if that's the move. I just think you have to play a new game, right? And that's all it is. You have to adjust to this new game. Maybe finding money might be a challenge, but finding opportunities might not be. And, right now we're in that dip, right? So, hot, now it's a dip. And then those who survive the dip are going to thrive. And that's what me and Jack are waiting on and excited about. So hopefully, you guys stay motivated, and see you guys at the top.
Yeah, guys. And if you want more information on like how to get a deal during this market, just click right here.